Hello and welcome to the Tarkus Zone. Thank you for joining me. Today we're going to be playing Meet Your Maker, and I'm just checking the board. It's been a long time, probably over 14 hours. I don't think I have any bases activated. They probably all would have gone into, they all went into non-active because it's been such a long time since I've checked them. And I've got these pop-up screens. I wish they would just pool the pop-up screens all together and just allow you to hit one button instead of this constant pop-up. Is it done popping up? It looks like it is. Okay, so we do have some bases I can reactivate, and I will do that in a moment. But let's just check out the board and see how well those bases did. Well, I did have them running. Right now, I knew they would be deactivated because I activated them at 7 a.m. yesterday, so they would have deactivated at 7 a.m. this morning, and it's now 8:30, so about an hour and a half ago they deactivated. So this is the recent stuff, starting from the top here. We'll scroll down. We'll go from top to bottom. The last raid I got was at close to 5 a.m. a few hours ago. One death. They got the Genmat. This was a farm base. It was a base where you just went in and farmed. This person, 0 deaths. Got the Genmat. This was the Cubert base. It's a pretty hard base. And 14 minutes. This Zinc person kept on challenging the base. Like, if you look down here, that person is again. They did an Alt F4. They were there an hour, and he Alt F4'd out. She Alt F4'd out. And then they came back hours later and did it in 15 minutes without any deaths at all. So they robbed me of a bunch of deaths here in an hour. And then the same person was there earlier, died 25 times, didn't get the Genmat, and was there an hour. So they were there an hour for 25 deaths, gave me rewards, decided to come back to it a few hours later, and did an Alt F4 on me. So I got no rewards. And then they came back again and was able to do it with 0 deaths and get the Genmat. So I don't get that, why the person would Alt F4, but they did. All right, so going down to the Cubert thing here, it's 0 deaths. I got the Genmat. Cubert, again, we just went over that one. This one was a farm base. This is typical, 0 deaths. Got the Genmat. My other base that was open, didn't get any activity for the 24 hours. My other legit base that I was trying to kill people, I don't think got any activity. Oh, actually, it looks like it got 1 attempt. This here, this Kimswick base is a run loop base. And that's a neat little base where you actually just run the seam and the bomb injectors go off, and you just pick up the rewards. Well, the nice thing about the run loop base is you get credit, you get the experience. You get not only the drops, but you get the experience. Whereas the other farm bases, you don't get experience. You just get the drops. That's the difference between a run loop gift base and just a farm gift base, is the run loop ones you get experience for. So that other base did get some activity. It's right here. So center view was the other map, the legit map that I had running. Person went in, was there 2 minutes, gave up. Here, this person died once, was able to get it. This person died 9 times in there and was able to get it. This person died twice and gave up. This person died 4 times and gave up. Then we come back to more of my farm bases, the run loop base, farm base, farm base, farm base. And I think that puts us back to where we left off yesterday. So really not a lot of activity on the bases when it comes to the number of people hitting my bases. Not like it used to be when the game first came out. It is what it is. I mean, the player base has gone down a little bit. Now let's just scroll down. Well, when I say the player base has gone down a little bit, it's gone down a lot. It's gone down quite a, you know, it's, they need to, there's an update coming out in, I believe next week, or maybe the 27th, I think I read. So hopefully some of the player base comes back and we'll get more activity on these bases. So when the Qbert base was active, it got 33 kills. So basically I got 33 kills during the time that it was up, because I didn't go in and check it at all during the 24-hour period. Like, I checked it on the board, but I didn't go in to clear the base. So for the 24-hour period, that base only killed 33 people. As for the other legit base that I had running, the center view only killed 17 people. And then the other bases I had running were gift bases, were just run loot bases. I had this run loot base up. Only one person actually challenged that. And then this one was, that one actually went into mastered. I should explain this one. I'll probably do a master video on this one. That's why I haven't gone in and cleared it. This one went mastered and this one went mastered at the same time. And I haven't cleared those out because I just needed to know which ones I still had to do master videos on. And that's really all I had running. So really today's going to be about probably building another legit outpost. I've got these outposts here. I bought all the outposts that were 4,500 capacity at 9,000 Genmat. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ready to go. Actually, St. John's, that one was up for a little while. That was my like Halloween spook house kind of thing I built. It's an actual fun base. Let's just go in there real quick and I'll activate it, because I think it should be fun for folks. And I think I had disactivated it to squeeze in another farm base. But I made this one kind of like a spook house, like a Halloween spook house. Kind of give it a creepy feel. It's really not meant to kill anybody. I mean, there's just, I've got like just surprises, like dips like that. You fall through the floor. It's anybody who's got experience in this game I don't think will have any problem navigating through this. There are a lot of hallways with this emptiness and just boxes that are going to just spring out. There's nothing behind them. It's just really just a walk through a spook house is what I was trying to do. No traps here. The traps come back down here. You know, it's straightforward. There's no mazing. It's just a straight line to the Genmat with a few traps in between. I think people will have a fun time with this one. So let's just activate it. St. John's is its name. So that one's now activated. All right. So that one, at least we got one going right now. Let's go on into the board again and see if there's something else that we could easily activate. Okay, so these ones I still got to build. Apollo is the workshop, so we don't do anything there. I can reactivate Qbert. When I go in and do that, reactivate Qbert, and we'll look at it real quick while we're in here. All right, so we're going to hit escape, go up to prestige, which is in the center here. I'm going to prestige it for 1,000. What it is when it goes from 9 to 10, you don't get any gated capacity. You're just putting it into its max level. So we don't have any added capacity for this thing. We get XP, but we don't get any more capacity. So we don't have to go in there and build anything more. But when you go in here, you'll see what I'm talking about. If you're familiar with the old Qbert game back in the 80s and 90s, that's what I did here is I kind of built it with the Qbert. Actually, let me move something else to my, well, I'm going to move this guy here. Just that block drives me nuts, that invisible block as I'm moving through these things. So it's more or less, it's basically like the Qbert board from that video game. It's basically a one-room kill box, and if you run it quick with shields and whatnot, you can run here and grab it and get out of here without too much effort. I mean, it's really short, But what it is people go try to do it slow, and the slowness is what kills them. As you can see, I got grave tombstones everywhere in here. I think it's fun. I think it was like a little fun little thing. And then I put all the tombs outside so that those are freebies. They're all marked like I typically do on my bases. I just mark them for freebies so people can just go grab the tombs if they find that the base might be too tough for them. They can at least walk away with some tokens. So that's 2 bases that we're able to get up and running there. The Cubert base going into that level 10. Let's look at what we've got here. That's 2 of those. I think I've got at least a couple more. I can those where I won't have to. Okay, center view. Let's get center view back up, and let's take a look at center view while we're in here. Center view, I kind of made it like a down, going down into a basement kind of. Before we do this, let's just prestige it real quick. What's nice is I will get capacity credit. I will be able to add capacity to this base because we are just prestiging it at a lower level, not 9 to 10. So I'll get 250 capacity by prestiging it. So yeah, I kind of made it a basement thing. So you come here and you got to go down into the base. I want to get that block out of my hand again. So you go down into the basement, and it's really a straight run of pistons and burners and incinerators. Pistons and incinerators. One good placed frag grenade will take out most of it. So if you're using grenades, I mean, this is what this one is kind of about, is if you throw a grenade like in the center of this room, you're going to take out most of the obstacles in here. And then you move into the next section, you can grenade it again. So this is a grenade base. I mean, that's what it's about, is if you're smart enough to throw grenades in here, you're going to do it real quick. But if you don't, then it's going to be somewhat of a slog for you. So you go down through this narrow, and then another grenade, if you got it still, into this room, and you're done. So if you're playing a pair team with grenades, this base is really simple mode. It's really simple mode by just tossing grenades in here. So that's why I built it, was to see how many people would understand that the utility, they could have a whole good loadout, but their only utility that they really need for this base is a few grenades, and you're good to go. So I got 200 capacity to me to use. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put this impaler trap there. I can't put one there. I think I can put one right on that wall, right? I mean, why not? Okay, and then I can't put one there. We'll go down here and see. Yeah, I think I pretty much am good with what the placement is. So I'll just add those 2 and then activate it. I think we're good to go here. I don't need max capacity for this base. Again, it's what I call the grenade base, but it goes down. Instead of, most of my bases that I've always designed tend to go up a hill because of the way it's just easier to do it that way. Going down is kind of a different kind of feel when you're raiding. So right now I've got 3 legitimate bases that I want to people to have fun in. So these are actual legit built bases. This one's meant to really kill people. This one is, like I said, is the grenade. You just throw a couple grenades in there. And this is the spook house, fun house one. So let's see what else I got here to go. Oh, I got this one here, which was a legit base. It wasn't meant to be that hard. It's only prestige level 1. Let's go into that real quick. And again, I think I built this one with in mind that it was a grenade base, where you just go in. Yeah, it's just this one elongated room, and the tombs are marked on the map, and it's just this elongated room where if you just had a couple grenades, and it's got a bunch of warmongers in here, and they all have that fire protection, and it's all it is this one room, and basically if you just placed a few grenades in there, you're good to go. But the whole thing is it's just full of warmongers with the flame protection with a bunch of incinerators everywhere. And a good place grenade in there would just end it all, and you just go in here and grab the Genmat. So why don't we activate this one, right? I mean, why not? So we'll just turn this one back on. You know, I thought it would be more fun to do it this way because I've got enough of the yellow tokens where I'm not having to. I got 66,000 of them. I don't have to go deep into making it too crazy difficult for folks right now to earn. I don't need to earn the token. So now I got 4 bases up. So now we've just got 1 more to go, and I don't think I've got I'd like to get another farm base up. Let's see here. Oh, we got Bayport. Hey, Bayport was a good base too. That's a good. That was like King of the Hill kind of base. That's currently got a 16 kill ratio, and it's got only 1 more. I got 1 more prestige level, and then I won't be able to use it anymore. But I want to put a farm base up. Just to have at least 1 farm base. Why don't I turn back on the run loop base, which is right here. This is the base I was telling you that you'll get full experience. And we'll look at it real quick so you understand what I mean by it. So you'll get full experience. And at the very top, I wrote run. So what you do is you just run the seam. So here's a seam, and I hate that block being the default. Oh, go put a guy in my hand. It's just less dirty. So it's all bomb injectors. So you run the seam down the middle here, and they'll all just go off around you. Then you just run up here and get the Genmat. But before if you get the Genmat, then you just go back into this room and collect all the spoils. All the salty tears, the parts and whatnot, and then you can leave if you want, or you can kill yourself in one of these cubes and do it at least 5 times and get full credit, because you'll get experience for every trap going off in here, and you'll get the loot. That's what's great about the run loop bases and you can die. You can die in this square too if you want, but yeah, you should do it at least 5 times, and because you'll get maximum rewards. And this is basically a farm base. All right, we're going to activate that. Oh, you do not have enough gem. Oh, well, let's prestige it then. We got to prestige it with 700. So it's going from what? It's going to 5. All right. So that should give me at least 250 capacity, I think, or 200 capacity. And I don't really have much room in here for more traps. So what I'll do is I'm going to take some warmongers, and I'm going to face them in this direction. So they don't, so basically when the person runs the loop or runs down this, oh, I must have placed this guy in it, me too. When they run down the corridor, they'll get killed on their way. And those 3 should have just eaten up that capacity. And we should be good to go to activate this base. So I got it in activation now. And that should now give me 4 legitimate wanna kill fun bases and 1 farm base that is up for today. So there they are. So we've got St. John. St. John's will only be up a little while. I'll have to come and check that in a bit to make sure that I reactivate that soon. This one here will be a few hours, and then the other 3 are at full boats. So those are 24 hours. That's why I like going for the 9,000 Genmat bases, or that gives you a full 24 hours when you prestige them. But there they are, folks. We checked the board, we activated some bases, and let's see what they do today. All right, well, thank you for joining me, and this has been the Tarkus Zone.